Yesterday, we gone through this topic called security management. Under the security management, we cover the first component relevant with the security management is profile, and we gone through these various components which is relevant with the security management. One is profile, role, public group, queues, OWD, sharing rules, permission sets, manual sharing, creating and managing users, out of which we have covered the first one called profile. We know that the profile is nothing but a set of permission, and there are two types of profile. One is org level profile and the second is user level profile. Out of which we cover the org level profile. In this org level profile, we check how to check the company information, how to set a fiscal year, that is financial year, how to set a business hours, then how to set the holidays, language settings, data protection and privacy, calendar, and my domain. So all those things are covered under the org profile. Then we discuss about the user profile. In the user profile, let's move ahead into the developer org. In this user profile, we already gone through this user profile where we seen how many different types of user profiles right now present in this developer org. If you go and search for the user, you will get the user, and under which you will get the profile option. You just need to click that profile option to check this profile. तो ये प्रोफाइल्स हम लोगों ने चेक किया था. प्रोफाइल्स के अंदर कौन से परमिशन सेट्स आते हैं ये हम लोगों ने देखा था. सो वी बेसिकली चेक द सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर प्रोफाइल. अंडर द सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर we gone through the various permission sets. Let's say you can see what are the different permission sets are there for the system administrator. So first of all, we have page layout as a permission set. So there are different page layouts are added over here. Then field level security. Then we have custom app settings. Then we have tab settings. Then we have रिकॉर्ड टाइप सेटिंग्स. ये सारी चीजें कल हम लोगों ने समझ लिया था कि एग्जैक्टली क्या क्या परमिशन सेट्स इसके अंदर है. देन यू कैन सी वी हैव सम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव प्रोफाइल in which we talk about this bulk API hard delete, right? Now today what we are going to do, we are going to allow some permission sets over here, and we try to remove some permission sets from here. And to do that, what I'm going to do, let's edit this profile. Let's click on edit operation. Now once you click on edit, it will allow me to perform an edit operation on this profile. So you can get this message over here, profile edit system administrator. It means you are in an edit operation. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to uncheck this TMS application. So first permission set is your custom app setting, and under this custom app setting, what I'm going to do, I'm going to uncheck this TMS. So when we uncheck this particular TMS application, it means this particular profile is no longer see this application called TMS. तो अब इसको हमने क्या किया, uncheck किया. Let's try to save this. Once I save this, now this profile has a restricted that particular application called TMS. Let's go to your app launcher and let's try to search for the TMS application. If you go and search for the TMS application, you can see that no such application is now available in my profile or in my developer org. So why this happened? Because we remove the permission sets of TMS application from this profile. अब क्या करेंगे, because we know that we have logged in as a system administrator to this developer org. That's why इस login के अंदर वो TMS शो नहीं करेगा. Let's once again click on edit. Once I click on edit, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set the permission for this application called TMS to this particular profile called System Administrator. Let's click on Save. Now, once you do that, now you can see, go to your app launcher and search for the TMS. Now you can see you will find the application called TMS over here. If you try to open in a new tab, you can do it, and you can see the application is now available in your developer org or in your account, right? So in that way you are supposed to set the permissions for a profile. अब देखो इधर क्या करेंगे कि try to click on edit once again. और अभी हमने क्या किया था, हमको पता है कि हार्ड डिलीट ये जो ऑप्शन था ये हमारा ग्रेड आउट था. नाउ वी ट्राई टू एनेबल दैट एपीआई हार्ड डिलीट, और वो उधर डेटा लोडर को हम एनेबल करने की कोशिश करेंगे बाय सिलेक्टिंग दैट ऑप्शन. सो फॉर दैट यू नीड टू गो टू द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव permissions. So this is the tab settings. Then here we have administrative permission. In under the administrative permission, we have called API bulk API hard delete. Now let's try to select this. Now you can see we are not able to select this particular option. Why this is so? क्यों ये select नहीं हो रहा है? Because every profile present in a Salesforce having their some limitation boundaries. Okay, and they are not going to cross their limitation boundaries. So this system administrator is a profile which is already being there in a Salesforce. Then this particular profile is not going to cross that limit which is already been assigned by the Salesforce. इसीलिए यहाँ पे आप कितना भी ट्राई कर लो, ये बल्क एपीआई हार्ड डिलीट आपका एनेबल नहीं होगा. देन हाउ वी डू दैट? ये तो हमको एनेबल करने का है. मैंने बोला था कि वी आर एप सपोज टू डू दिस एपीआई हार्ड डिलीट, बट ये एनेबल नहीं होगा तो एपीआई हार्ड डिलीट परफॉर्म नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो इसको एनेबल कैसे करें? नाउ टू डू दैट we are now creating our own profile, that is custom profile. अभी तक हम लोगों ने जितने भी profiles के बारे में डिस्कस किया है, that all are the standard profiles which is already being there in a Salesforce, and all that profiles are going to provided by the Salesforce. अभी हम हमारा खुद का प्रोफाइल क्रिएट करेंगे, और प्रोफाइल जब हम लोग क्रिएट करेंगे तब हम बेसिकली इस जो भी प्रोफाइल हमारे पास में स्टैंडर्ड प्रोफाइल है उसका क्लोनिंग करेंगे, ताकि हम जो बाउंड्रीज यहाँ पे गिवन है उन बाउंड्रीज को क्रॉस कर सके, राइट? एंड टू क्रॉस दैट बाउंड्री वी आर गोइंग टू क्रिएट अ कस्टम ऑब्जेक्ट. लेट्स ट्राई टू क्रिएट अ कस्टम ऑब्जेक्ट. लेट मी चेक वेदर आई start a recording or not. Yeah, I think recording is started. Hmm. Let's try to create a profile, custom profile. And to create a custom profile, once again you need to go to the setup, search for the profile or a user. Under this user you will get profile option. You just click on profiles. Once you click on profiles, multiple profiles have been shown as a list. Okay, and over here we have an option called new profile. So basically we are going to create our own custom profile by clicking this button called new profile. Once you click on that, अब यहाँ पे ऑप्शन देखो, यहाँ पे लिख के आया है क्लोन प्रोफाइल. इट इज नॉट रिप्रेजेंटिंग दैट क्रिएट प्रोफाइल, है ना? तो यहाँ पे लिख के आया क्लोन प्रोफाइल. इट मीन्स दैट यू आर नॉट सपोज टू क्रिएट एनी न्यू प्रोफाइल, यू नीड टू क्लोन द एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोफाइल, ताकि उस एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोफाइल के जो भी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस है वो हम लोग क्रॉस कर सके, वी क्रॉस दैट बाउंड्रीज, और हम लोग नए परमिशन सेट उसको अलाउ कर सके, राइट? एंड टू डू दैट we have that clone profile options over here. So whenever you try to create a new profile, it always suggests you that you need to clone the profile. Once you do that, now you have the first option over here called existing profile. Now you need to choose a existing profile जिस profile को आपको clone करने का है. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to clone the system administrator profile because we works on a system administrator right now. तो हम इसका ही replicate बनाने की कोशिश करेंगे. Once I choose this system administrator, you can see the user license is representing as a Salesforce, right? तो जैसे ही ये system administrator आया, यहाँ पे user license लिख के आया Salesforce automatic. Now you need to pass the name of your own profile. Let's my sys admin. So what I'm going to give the name my sys admin to this profile, and let me try to save this profile. Once I click on save, the profile has been created successfully with a name called my sys admin, and you can see you will get all the permission sets whichever available in a system administrator. वो सारे की सारी permissions यहाँ पे automatically clone हो चुकी हैं, right? So in such a way that you are supposed to create a new profile, but we know that this profile is not going to come to an action until and unless you are not supposed to create any user. So whenever you create a user, then and only then this profile comes to an action. तो अभी ये प्रोफाइल तो बना लिया, लेकिन इस प्रोफाइल का वैसा एज सच कोई यूज नहीं होगा जब तक इसके लिए कोई यूजर क्रिएट ना हो. Now let's try to create a user, right? And then we assign this profile to that particular user. तो यूजर के पास में कुछ ना कुछ प्रोफाइल होता है और उस प्रोफाइल के बेस पे वो ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करता है, राइट? सो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू, एक मिनट, we try to create a user first of all. Wait a minute. We try to create a user first of all, and then we assign the profile my sysadmin to that new user, and then we allow that user to access all those things whichever present in my Salesforce org. So to do that, I need to click on users to create a new users. Once I click on users, you can get a set of or a list of users whichever already being there. तो आप इधर आप देख सकते हो, we have that instructor host instructor @macritoinnovation.com. So ये मेरा यूजर है, मतलब दिस इज अ सेल्सफोर्स सॉरी सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर यूजर जो जिसका यूज करके हमने लॉग इन किया है. सो इफ यू गो टू योर प्रोफाइल, you can see host instructor over here, it represented over here. So ये है मेरा जो ऑलरेडी क्रिएटेड किया हुआ अकाउंट है वो, और यूजर. Now we try to create a new user. Now we have various options over here. We can reset a password of any one of the profile present over here. We can also add a multiple user at the same time. And we have first option called new user, जिसका use करके हम new user add कर सकते हैं. So I am going to use the first option called new user to create a user. Let's click on new user. Now it will ask me some information relevant with this. Now it will ask me the first name, let's say host, the second mandatory, or we can say we called it as a second, okay, and last name is host instructor, like. Then alias will be automatically populated based on this first name and last name. Then you should pass a valid email ID. Let's say हम हमारा email ID देंगे, and that email ID is macrito innovation @gmail.com. Okay, let me confirm this email ID, and to do that, what I'm going to do, I need to open this profile in a new tab. Oh, sorry. I need to use open these users in a new tab, basically. And I already passed this email ID. नहीं ये नहीं है. I open this, इधर email ID specified होगा मेरा. यू कैन सी दिस ईमेल आईडी। यस, ये यही ईमेल आईडी हमने यहाँ पे भी पास किया है। सो वी पास दिस ईमेल आईडी macritoinnovation@gmail.com, right? Then it will ask me about a title. Okay, and these are not the mandatory things. You can see this red mark is over there. ये मैंडेटरी फील्ड्स है, बाकी के फील्ड्स मैंडेटरी नहीं है। सो बाकी की इंफॉर्मेशन आप फिलअप करोगे नहीं करोगे कोई इशू नहीं है। जो मैंडेटरी थिंग है वो ऑलरेडी वहाँ पे पॉपअप है, और जो नहीं है वो हम लोगों ने फिलअप किए। नाउ there is a new thing over here called roles। अभी तक ये हमने पढ़ा नहीं है। For a time being we put this role as a non specified। ये allowed है इसलिए इसको ऐसे ही रखेंगे। यहाँ से आप उस पर्टिकुलर यूजर का रोल डिसाइड कर सकते हो, वेदर ही इज अ सीईओ, सीटीओ और मैनेजर। रोल्स आपके कंपनी के अंदर डिफाइन करते हो, वो रोल्स आप इसको असाइन कर सकते हो। नाउ नेक्स्ट इज योर यूजर लाइसेंस। ओके, now we know that whenever we create a profile with a name called my sysadmin, तो हमने क्लोन किसका किया था? हमने क्लोन किया था सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर का, और हमको पता है सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर का यूजर लाइसेंस है सेल्सफोर्स। सो दैट्स व्हाई आई एम गोइंग टू सिलेक्ट दिस सेल्सफोर्स ओवर हियर। Once I select this Salesforce as a user license, then you can choose the profile from this। And यूजर लाइसेंस सेल्सफोर्स के अंदर इतने सारी प्रोफाइल्स हैं, अंडर विच आई हैव माय ओन प्रोफाइल कॉल्ड माय सिस एडमिन। सो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू, आई एम गोइंग टू सिलेक्ट दिस प्रोफाइल। सो मैंने क्या किया, मैंने एक यूजर क्रिएट किया और उस यूजर को मैंने मेरा प्रोफाइल असाइन किया नाउ, राइट? सो इन सच अ वे दैट you are supposed to create your profile. Now what I need to do, I need to simply click on save to create this particular user। so अभी इधर आप देखो क्या करना है। अब एक चीज यहाँ पे मेंशन करना मैं भूल गया, दैट यूजर नेम। अब ये यूजर नेम ईमेल जो दिया है वही यूजर नेम इसने ऑटोमेटिकली पॉपुलेट किया है, तो बेसिकली हमको ये ऐसा नहीं करना है। तो हम क्या करेंगे, वी पास द यूजर नेम द वे वी राइट ओवर हियर। सो इधर हमने क्या लिखा था, इधर हमने लिखा था होस्ट इंस्ट्रक्टर, होस्ट इंस्ट्रक्टर बेसिकली @ Macrito Innovation। So I am going to pass host instructor underscore second। So basically it is a second account. That's why we pass host instructor underscore second @macrito innovation.com। So this is my username pertaining to the फर्स्ट यूजर। ओके, तो उसको कंसिडरेशन में लेके मैंने ये सेकेंड यूजर का यूजर आईडी क्रिएट किया हुआ है। नाउ let's try to save this profile, or sorry, let's try to save this user by clicking this save button। Now you can see the user has been created successfully, role is not defined yet, and I think the password is also not setting over here, but the user has been created successfully। Once your user has been created, then what? Then you need to go to your Gmail, this go to your Gmail। So let's log into your Gmail। So this is Macrito Innovation, इसका Gmail ओपन करते हैं, क्योंकि हमको पता है whenever we create a new user, whenever we create a new account, it will use me an email for the account verification। Okay, so इधर मेरे को अकाउंट वेरिफिकेशन का एक मेल आएगा, उस मेल को जाके मुझे वेरीफाई करना पड़ेगा, देन दैट पर्टिकुलर यूजर इज नाउ वेरीफाइड। तो अभी फिलहाल ये जो यूजर हमने क्रिएट किया है, ये यूजर का यूजर नेम और पासवर्ड लेके मैं लॉगिन नहीं कर पाऊंगा। क्यों? क्योंकि अभी तक इसको मैंने वेरीफाइड नहीं किया है। लेट्स ट्राई टू गेट द वेरिफिकेशन कोड और वेरिफिकेशन लिंक फ्रॉम द Salesforce। You required some time to get that mail from the Salesforce. Okay, लास्ट टाइम भी जब हमने अकाउंट क्रिएट किया था फर्स्ट टाइम, तब भी हमको टाइम लगा था, है ना? सो इट माइट रिक्वायर सम टाइम टू गेट दैट पर्टिकुलर मेल फ्रॉम द Salesforce. Till that time, what we are going to do, we try to create one more user for the new profile. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to my profiles option. Under this profile option, I'm going to create a new profile. So let's click on new profile. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to select system administrator, and let's try to create a new profile called my sys admin. Let's try to save this. Now you can see you are able to create the second profile. This is also a clone profile of your system administrator. Now let's try to create a new user. Let's go and click on users. To create a new user, we have a button called new user. Just click on that. Meanwhile, I need to check whether the mail is received or not. Let me refresh this. Nothing is received. I need to spam also. Nothing is received over here. Okay, then चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now here we need to create a third user. Let's say third. Let's say host instructor is the name, pass name. Then we need to pass email ID, that is Macreto Innovation, and let's pass some username. Username क्या दिया था हम लोगों ने? Let me check my username. That is host instructor macritoinnovation.com. So I'm going to copy this and paste it over here. And with this, I'm going to attach one suffix called third. So it denotes that this is my third user. Now let's try to assign some user license. And I know that sales जो हमने प्रोफाइल क्रिएट किया था उसका यूजर लाइसेंस क्या था? Salesforce. So I need to check for the Salesforce. Now you can see there is no option available here called Salesforce. Right? Why it is so? ऐसा क्यों हुआ है? क्या रीजन है कि जिसके वजह से ये Salesforce ऑप्शन हमारा गायब हो गया है ना? We are not seeing our Salesforce option over here. If you are not going to select your user license as a Salesforce, then you are not supposed to pick the profile, right? If you are not supposed to pick the profile, then you are not supposed to create the user. So what wrong with this particular thing? तो अभी ये चेक करते हैं, and to do that, just go to the company profile. इधर इसका रीजन छुपा है कंपनी प्रोफाइल्स के अंदर. So if you go and check for the company information, and if you scroll down, so here you can get something called user license, and under which we have a user license Salesforce, in which you said that there are total two license. Out of this total two license, two are used. One is the first user, second is the second user, and nothing is available over here. So license हमारे पास में available नहीं है, तो हम उस particular user license के लिए प्रोफाइल क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते, सॉरी यूजर क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते. प्रोफाइल आप भले क्रिएट करो, बट आप उसके लिए यूजर्स क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते. सो अब क्या करें? वी नीड टू क्रिएट द third user na, but you are not supposed to create by using a user license called Salesforce. अब Salesforce का यूज करके अगर हम लोग नहीं कर सकते तो ना सही. हमारे पास में वेरियस प्रोफाइल्स ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट. यू कैन सी, गो टू 24 लिस्ट. ये 24 हमारे पास में Salesforce से रिले मतलब यूजर लाइसेंस हमारे पास में अवेलेबल है, यू कैन गो थ्रू दैट लिस्ट। ओके, और उसमें से कोई भी एक यूजर लाइसेंस को हम चूज करेंगे और जिसका यूज करके हम क्या करेंगे, हमारा थर्ड अकाउंट और थर्ड यूजर क्रिएट करेंगे, राइट। नाउ to do that, once again I need to go to the, sorry, right, you will go to the user, search for the user under which you have an option called profile. You just need to click on profile. Meanwhile, I need to check whether I get that mail or not. Elan mail अभी तक रिसीव नहीं हुआ है. Let's go to your profile. Now we know that this my system admin second, ये हमने क्रिएट तो कर लिया लेकिन इसका हम यूटिलाइजेशन नहीं कर सकते. सो व्हाट, it is no longer utilized or no longer used for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this particular profile from my developer org. मैंने अभी इसको रिमूव कर लिया. नाउ आई वांट टू क्रिएट माय न्यू प्रोफाइल बिकॉज वो प्रोफाइल पे हमको यूजर क्रिएट करने का. So you can see we have various license with us. Okay, यहाँ पे various license है, उसमें से कोई भी एक license आप choose कर सकते हैं. Let's say customer community, custom support, custom sales profile. Then we have post.com app subscription, post.com free users. So we can choose anyone. Let's first of all need to understand कि ये जो यूजर लाइसेंस है, इन यूजर लाइसेंस के अंदर क्या क्या परमिशन सेट्स है. अगर हमारे पास में सफिशिएंट अमाउंट ऑफ परमिशन सेट्स उस प्रोफाइल का है तो उसका क्लोन हम बना सकते हैं. Otherwise, there is no meaning to creating a clone of that particular user license. So what I'm going to do, first of all, I need to check which profile has the very good permission set. तो अभी मैं force.com देखा था तो मैं force.com के साथ ही जाऊंगा. So I need to open this profile and check what are the permission sets are given over here. You can see there are field level security. There are custom app setting. No as such custom apps has been selected over here. Tab settings may be on, hidden, 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 off, hidden, hidden, hidden. Most of the tabs hidden है ये profile के लिए. Then record type is nothing. Then नीचे आते हैं administrative permissions में भी you have very less permissions given over here. Then general user permissions, having some general user permission, but you don't have any hardly any object permissions. You have only document object permission with you, account contact. इससे relevant कोई भी हमारे पास में object permissions नहीं है. So I think it is not the correct user license to clone it. So rather than cloning the post.com, what I'm going to do, I am going to check for another profile. Now here I have a profile called post.com app subscription. Let's click on that and check their permission. If you go and check their permissions, you can see now here you will get on, hidden, hidden, off, on. So it's better than the post.com free user. यहाँ पे थोड़े ज़्यादा permissions मुझे दिखाई दे रहे हैं. Record type तो वैसे ही नहीं था. If you go for the administrative permission, it having some enhanced administrative permission than the post.com. ये जनरल ऑब्जर्वेशन है मेरा. ये जनरल सेटिंग्स इधर भी. नाउ यू कैन सी स्टैंडर्ड ऑब्जेक्ट परमिशन में ऑलमोस्ट each and every standard object यहाँ पे कवर अप हो चुका है. In custom object permission we don't have that much permission over here, but ये boundaries हम लोग क्रॉस कर सकते हैं if you clone this particular program. Now I decided that I need to go with this post.com app subscription user. Now I'm going to clone this particular profile, and to clone this, just go to your profile, then click on new profile. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this post.com app subscription, that is the user license, and here I need to pass my sysadmin second profile. Okay, so let's try to create this profile. Now you can see you have created this profile successfully. Now we try to create a user over which my second admin, sorry, my sysadmin second प्रोफाइल ओके तो अब इधर थर्ड यूजर हम लोग क्रिएट करेंगे टू क्रिएट ए यूजर यू जस्ट नीड टू क्लिक ऑन यूजर्स then click on new users. Now here I am going to pass a value that is third. Last name is host instructor. Let's say the host instructor. Email ID is Macrito Innovation and username. So let's copy the username from the profile. So let's copy this and I'm going to paste it over here. And after the instructor, I am going to attach or suffix the third. Then here I am going to select the user license and I am going to select the user license that is post.com app subscription. And under which I have created my profile called my sysadmin second. So I'm going to select this profile. Rest of the things are perfect. Now I'm trying to save this. Once I save this, now you can see my third user is also been created. So in that way, you are supposed to create a number of users in your Salesforce developer org. Now let's go here and check whether the verification mail is received or not. You can't, मैं तो नहीं देख पा रहा हूँ. I don't know what happened over here. Let me check into the spam whether the mail is received in the spam or not. It took some time to get that mail. लास्ट टाइम भी हम लोगों को थोड़ा टाइम लगा था टू रिसीव दैट मेल एंड दिस इज द ये थोड़ा ट्रैफिक वाला टाइम होता है 10 से 11 बजे का जिसकी वजह से थोड़ा डिले होता है टू रिसीव दैट मेल सो लेट्स रिफ्रेश few more times and let's see whether we receive that mail or not. If you don't get that mail, then you are not supposed to verify this account. If you are not supposed to verify this account, then इसके permission sets change करके सच में क्या reflections आती है ये भी हम लोग नहीं देख पाएंगे. So we need to wait for that. Let's check in a promotion. Nothing is there. Let's check in a social. Nothing is there. Uh, always received it. Verify your identity. Haven't received this mail yet. Basically, we are helpless. If you didn't receive this mail, then we are not supposed to move further, right? So we need to wait. We will. I hope you'll understand how to create a users and how to create a profile, right? तो आगे थोड़ा सा बढ़ते हैं प्रेजेंटेशन पे चलते हैं जब तक मेल नहीं आता है तब तक. Now you can see a list of various profile is given. Example profiles के अंदर हमको पता है कि standard user authenticated ये सारे profiles हमने देखे हैं. Then we are not able to set a permission for all the fields. Some fields are grayed out. This happen because every standard profile having their own boundaries and no profile cross their boundaries. That's the reason we created a custom प्रोफाइल. तो यही चीज हम लोगों ने आज समझने की कोशिश की. हमने देखा कि बल्क एपीआई हार्ड डिलीट ये ऑप्शंस हम लोग सिलेक्ट नहीं कर पा रहे थे. इसका मतलब इसकी खुद की कुछ बाउंड्रीज हैं और वो बाउंड्रीज क्रॉस नहीं हो रही थी. एंड टू क्रॉस दैट बाउंड्रीज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू, we are actually going to create a profile, new profile relevant with the or cloning with the existing profile. अब इधर इधर ना हम लोग बात तो कर लिया हम लोगों ने कि हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं. हम लोग प्रोफाइल कि परमिशन सेट्स की बाउंड्री क्रॉस कर सकते हैं बट हमने सच में इसको क्रॉस करते हुए नहीं देखा है. एंड लेट्स गो टू योर प्रोफाइल फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. ओके, just go to your profile. I will show you something which may be interesting for you. Let's go to your my system admin. My system admin, this is the profile, which is a clone of your system administrator. Now, let's try to edit this. Once I click on edit, if you go down the line to the administrative permissions, in this administrative permission, now you can see bulk API hard delete is now enabled. तो आप इसको select डिसselect कर सकते हो. Where in system administrator we are not supposed to select this value. वो उसकी बाउंड्री है, वो बाउंड्री को हमने क्रॉस किया है बाय क्लोनिंग दैट प्रोफाइल, और उसी वजह से हम ये बाउंड्री क्रॉस होने की वजह से हम यहाँ पे जो ऑप्शंस वहां पे सिलेक्ट नहीं हो रहे तो वो यहाँ से हम लोग सिलेक्ट कर पा रहे हैं, राइट. एंड दैट्स द रीजन वी क्रिएट अवर कस्टम प्रोफाइल्स टू क्रॉस द बाउंड्रीज ऑफ standard profile. I think you will get the gist of this security management, where we talk about profiles and users. We create users. We also create the profiles, right? And we are actually waiting for the reply from the Salesforce. Okay, I think it took more time to receive this, और हम लोग आगे नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे. So we are going to stop over here, right?